Hey guys, I'm Gabriel from GSTech Review, and in today's video I would like to show you guys my favorite features in a product that I've recently acquired. And by recently acquired, I mean it's been about a month since I have this product, and even in that short period of time I've been able to set up a list of my favorite features, and I'd like to show that list to you. So the product we're going to be reviewing today is the Fitbit Inspire HR tracker. It's a Fitbit tracker. If you know what it is, lucky you, but if you don't, here's a little bit of history about Fitbit and the brand in general for you guys. Inspire HR was the 20th Fitbit product to ever be released. So when it was being made, Fitbit already had a clear idea of what as a public we wanted to see in the next product. So they were able to add many interesting and cool features to their products. Like, let's say that's basically the reason why there's two Fitbits Inspire. There's the Inspire, the regular Inspire, that it's just a regular tracker with some features that are common in all the other trackers. And they made also the Fitbit Inspire HR, which is this little watch right there that has another extra feature, which is heart rate tracking. So it's by knowing their public for that many years that they were able to make this little thing possible. And by interesting features, I mean features that I was clearly not expecting to see in such a small and inexpensive tracker. So how about we take a good look at these features? Let's go to the review. First feature I want to tell you guys about is the auto recognition of your physical activity. So what it's going to do is that it's going to recognize any type of physical activity you do over a certain period of time. So you can choose that in your settings, but the one that's preset is 15 minutes. So if you start with your watch and you don't change any settings, what's gonna happen is that when you do a physical activity of more than 15 minutes, it's gonna recognize it automatically and it's gonna count it as a sport. So maybe you don't find it useful, but it is useful. So let's say you're taking a walk with your family or by yourself, you're just there walking, it's gonna recognize it as a walk. If you're running outside, you just want to catch your bus and you realize that it's more than 15 or whatever time away from where you are, it's gonna recognize it as a sport activity. Or if you're dancing, or if you're at a party or whatever and you're just dancing, you're vibing to the music, it's gonna recognize it by itself too. So that's something helpful. That's one of my favorite features. That's the first one I want to tell you guys about. Whoa. So it's really helpful in the case of running, as I said, because you're not necessarily going to remember that you have this running mode on your watch. So what it's gonna do is that it's gonna, if you run over 15 minutes or the time you set, it's gonna recognize that you ran over that time. So it's gonna act like if you set this little timer or you set the little running mode on your watch. So the cool thing about this is that it saves you time, and it helps you feel better about yourself, so that you do sports that you don't even recognize, you don't even see you're doing it, but the watch sees it for you. So that's something encouraging, and it's fun to have. I think it's a great feature because it saves me some time. If I want to go on a run one day and I just forget, it's gonna do it for me. So yeah, that's what it is. Let's go to my second favorite feature. Oh, I forgot to say, if you just jump around, okay, it's gonna recognize that as sport. So if I set this for like 1 minute of jumping around, I could do sports right now. So, well, technically at one point it would recognize it as sport. And the fun thing is that when I'm gonna stop, it's gonna wait a bit, like about 2 or 3 minutes until I really stop, and then you're gonna get a notification on your phone saying that, oh, you did 15 minutes of jumping or 1 minute of jumping. So that's something cool. Let's go for real. Exercise, run, go. Okay, let's stop the run. Oh, I'm a beast. After the run, we're able to have a little bit of information about what happened during the run, which brings me to my second favorite feature in the Fitbit Inspire HR. My second favorite feature in the Fitbit Inspire HR, well, there's two. It's the heart zone tracking and the exercise intensity tracking. So what it means is that since this little boy has a heart rate tracker, it's able to monitor your heart rate at all times. And it's especially helpful when you're running or doing any type of physical activity, because sometimes you want to know, or you're just interested in that type of stuff. So what happens is that, let's say the run I just took outside right now, after the run I have a little bit of statistics about my run. So you can see that there's my heart rate, and then after there's something else. That's the exercise intensity tracking. For me, it doesn't work the way I would like it to work, because I don't know all the times what's the distance I'm gonna run. But let's say I'm going on a track and field track, and I know it's either like 400, 800 meters, or just 200. I know my distance. I can set up this distance to be every time I take one lap. So let's say it's 200 meters, I can program my watch to know that every time I'm reaching the 200 meters mark, I completed one lap. So that's something that helps me, because it can tell me my pace, it can tell me the intensity I was putting in that lap, which one was my best. If I do 200 meters lap, I'm gonna be able to know which one was the best, what it was like, the time it took to complete the laps and everything. So that's something really helpful for people that do sports in general, and people that really know, like, they know about this stuff. Because if you're a regular person that isn't really interested in sports like these, where you have to run to know your distance, this thing is it's just there, it's available. So if you're not interested, it's okay, but if you are, it's there for you. Let's go to my third favorite feature. So my third favorite feature doesn't really have much to do with sports in general, but it's something that I'm really happy that this little boy can do. So it's sleep tracking. And by sleep tracking, I mean it's not only gonna calculate the amount of time you spent in bed and you spent asleep. No, what it's gonna do is that it's gonna be able, don't ask me how, to calculate the amount of time you spent in each sleep phases. So like in light sleep, in deep sleep, in REM, and things like that. It's also able to tell how many times you were awake. Even if you don't remember, it's gonna count it for you. So it works with all the sensors, the heart rate sensor and everything that they have into that little boy. And what's fun is that after the end of the night, so let's say I just woke up, the thing is that I can see how good my sleep was. Sometimes, you have a bad night, you're gonna see why, you're gonna understand what happened. You're gonna know that, oh, you didn't have that much sleep, or even if you had that much sleep, like you had a 9-hour period of sleep, it wasn't that good of a sleep, it was not in a deep or light sleep all the time, So you're gonna have good insights, and if you pay a little extra in the app, the premium version, you're gonna have more insights. So that's something like that costs more money, but of course that's something available, and that's what I like about this feature of the watch. So how about we go into a little bit more specs, because we just talked about features and everything. I want you guys to know what this is. So let's go into specs. The Fitbit Inspire HR has a plastic body of 12.6 times 37 times 16.2 millimeters of dimensions, within which we can find amazing things such as 3 accelerometer sensors, one heart rate sensor, a lithium polymer battery capable of withstanding 5 days without charging, and a Bluetooth 4.0 wireless interface. Of course, much more can be found inside of a product, but let me ask you something. To you, what makes a product great? Well, to me, it's of course the hardware, and a little bit more than I would say average, the experience. Because the experience of a product is something that makes me want to recommend it to you guys, or want to, if it breaks, or I don't know if I want to buy another one, want to buy more of it, or to explore the company deeper. So I think Fitbit did an excellent job in that field, because as I've shown previously, you see, we get a lot of good feedback. Let's say on my run, as I showed, or what I was talking about, the sleeping activity. Sorry for that, but you get a lot of good feedback. It's a user-friendly interface. So it's like the app, I believe, was designed so that we consumers would feel like secure in a way, not like oh, it's dangerous, I don't know what it is, but secure in a way that, oh, it's not too over my head, like it's not something that's unreachable, it's something that I can do. And that's what's inspiring to me, because Fitbit, it encourages you to do sports, and when you want to do sports you have different goals. But sometimes you just because you want to have fun, sometimes it's because of health problems. You have to get fit again because you were in an accident. That's your rehab. Well, you know what I mean. That's what you have to do to get in rehabilitation. Or sometimes to lose weight or whatever. So it helps you by making it simple to use. It helps you feel more secure and comfortable around it. So that's what I think is great too. Of course, there's some things that you have to watch videos like this, like the setup and everything, but after that you feel safe and concentrated. So I think that's one of the main reasons why Fitbit is such a popular company too, but that's also one of the reasons why I recommend this product to you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this review. It was a quick review, of course, because it's not like 23 minutes long. It was a quick review and I like to do it. So if you want to see me doing some new products or whatever, leave it in the comments. If you have some feedback or whatever, leave it in the comments. Comment section will be open. I recommend you share this video to your friends or whatever, your mutual people. So I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.